the ASB president. I would like to welcome friends and family to tonight's 8th grade celebration. Tonight we celebrate all our 8th graders and all they have accomplished. What a year it has been. Please stand for the flag salute. Ready, begin. I would first like to recognize the members of our governing board that are in the audience tonight. Mrs. Connie Schlafer, the president. Mrs. Courtney Burke, the vice president. Mr. Tom Mendenhall, the clerk. And the trustees, Mr. Jeremiah Gilbert, Mr. James Hoke, Mr. Ben Kimbler, and Mrs. Lori King. I would also like to recognize Dr. Alan Harris, Sierra Unified School District Superintendent. Thank you for your support. It has been an honor serving junior high school as student body president. These last couple of years have been quite unordinary. Our lives since March 13th, 2020 have taken a large turn. Our whole community has gone through struggles that are unimaginable to most. I don't know where my life is going to go, and I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like, but I do know that there is a plan bigger than me, and the Lord is doing something with our lives. God is within her, she will not fail. Psalms 46:5. I think this is something we should remind ourselves when we go through struggles. This is how we should enter our next chapter of high school. Looking forward to new challenges ahead with great anticipation. Thank you to my family and friends who have supported me through junior high and all the struggles that came with it. Thanks, and I love you guys. It's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Collins, who will present the first of the academic awards.
Good evening. We would also like to recognize the exemplary achievements of other students in various subject areas. It is my privilege to award this year's Language Arts Medal. This year, there are 2 recipients for the Language Arts Medal. The students receiving these awards have grown leaps and bounds this year. They each have taken it upon themselves to strive for excellence. The first recipient advocates for herself, is focused, articulate in her desire to become a strong writer and speaker, and that she has. This student volunteers daily to stand on the stage in the Performance Center, to read her thoughtful quote responses to her peers. Her public speaking skills, once a work in progress, are now a skill admired by her peers. Congratulations, Victoria Silva. The second recipient has worked diligently over the school year to become a strong writer. Her paragraphs have transformed into eloquent and elaborate responses containing evidence and transitions that allow the reader to visualize. Words flow from her. This student has taken every note and correction I have ever given her, and she's applied it. She seeks clarification. She desires to understand how to improve. This student, Samantha Palutzian. I have the pleasure of seeing students twice a day. For my reading class, I'm going to be awarding 2 medals. The reading medal is being awarded to 2 students who have natural ability to analyze text for meaning. The first recipient receiving the medal is someone who consistently contributes in class. Her contributions to classroom discussions regarding the weekly text honestly make me smile. They're thoughtful. Her words, her sharing, comes from her. And she writes, congratulations, Asfari Buenuelos Torres. Final award. The following recipient understands the connection between tone and connotation of words and gains a deeper understanding that can often elude others. She is thoughtful in her analysis of text and constructs strong written responses. Natural ability to comprehend, but because she places herself within the story. Congratulations, Kendall Barman. Let's give them one more round of applause. We got this. Okay, up next, it's my pleasure to invite Paige Beard to the stage.
Although this year has been far more challenging than past years, we have all learned just as much. For me, this includes public speaking. For my entire life, I have never enjoyed talking to and in front of strangers, but I've worked up the courage to speak here today. Good evening, family, friends, staff, and fellow students. This year has been one like no other. For all these students to be here after what we have gone through in a single school year shows just how strong and resilient these individuals are. We started our school year on Zoom calls. Although many of us enjoyed having less work, it became unhealthy. Being in the middle of a pandemic meant that we were already staying home and distanced from others. Being on screens all day and not being able to socialize with your friends and classmates became very difficult. Before we were able to come up on campus, school completely closed down while we endured the creek fire. In one way or another, each of us was affected. Some of our closest families, including staff members and some of these students here today, were hit the hardest, losing everything they owned. Being the outstanding community we are, we became mountain strong and helped everyone in need. When we returned back on campus, we were able to grieve the losses together. Being back in person at school was one thing that helped everyone, even though it was not our fault. Pull up your mask, get it over your nose, spread out. These are all things I'm sure everyone has been told at least a million times, especially fix your face for Miss Collins. 8th grade has been a rough year, but it has helped us learn many valuable lessons for the future. Going into high school will be a brand new experience for all of us. It is a place where mistakes are lessons which will only help you succeed. Sierra Junior High is where warriors become chieftains. Congratulations to the class of 2025. I can't wait to see what we are able to accomplish in high school. Welcome Ms. Maxwell with the math award.
Good evening, and thank you for attending our 2021 celebration. You never know what to expect when teaching junior high, and this year was no exception. The other day, I returned to my door after lunch, and there was a hand-drawn portrait of me stuck to the door. It was a very good likeness with my mask and my blonde highlights and dangly earrings, and more than a few wrinkles on my forehead. But what struck me, however, was my expression on this portrait. It wasn't frowning or scowling. I was wide-eyed with awe. And I think I probably looked like that for most of the year. Most recently, when we were finishing a unit on transformations, where we were sliding and reflecting and rotating figures around, there was a student that said, "Math is kind of fun, right on the edge of it." So in keeping with that spirit of awe and awesomeness, it is my pleasure to give 2 math awards this year. The first recipient of our 2021 math award was not in my class this year. Several students had completed the 8th grade IXL math objectives last summer and took high school math 1 this year. And this student must really love math as much as I do, because I received several emails when we were shut down last year about what he could do to get ahead. He has worked very hard ever since to do his best in his high school math class. Our first 2021 math award goes to Davis Arndt. Our Our second math award goes to a student who worked diligently all year, both in Zoom and in person. This student would come to my office hours when we were doing distance learning, and then they would stay behind in class or when we came back in person with questions and clarifications. I've watched her understanding and confidence in math increase every day. It is my pleasure to teach and now present our second 2021 Math Award to Emily Williams. And one more award, round of applause for Emily. It is my pleasure to bring to the stage Chase Dirksen.
Last year was a year of change. We went through a lot of tough situations together, and I am proud to be part of this school. Even though we started out online, we were one of the first schools back in person. We then had to adjust to many changing requirements and even go back online after Christmas break. We have lost many things this past year, including sports, but our community has grown closer together throughout this unique experience, especially throughout the Creek Fire. All of us were there to help each other. Specifically, our class has grown closer together throughout all the complaining of masks and social distancing that we do. It is really special to be part of a small school like Sierra. I feel like I know every kid in our class. With bigger schools, you don't have that sense of community. I am so thankful for our beautiful campus. Although it is old, not many students get off the bus to see majestic mountains sparkling with snow all around them. I also want to thank all of my teachers, for they have been hit hardest by this. They have had to change most of their curriculum and make the best out of the 21 days we missed because of the fire. I am a little sad to be leaving junior high, but I can't wait to be a chieftain. To present the history award, please, I want to welcome up Mr. Sajian.
Hi, I'm Mr. Sajian here to present the U.S. History Award. One of the coolest things about this school year, aside from actually being here on campus at school, the flexibility that we all learned, whether it's what we really wanted to do or not, and the lesson to never take anything for granted, was the addition of new students. It seemed like from time to time we would add new students to our classroom. My first question was always, where are we going to put them? When I ran out of desks, Ms. Villegas got that email several times. But having students come to our school was a breath of fresh air every time. Some of them as transfers, some of them from Sierra at home, but always welcome here. To have students start fresh at our school and quickly acclimate and find a place to fit in brought a lot of smiles to people's faces. The first student that I'd like to recognize is a student who did come here from Clovis. And anytime a student comes here from Clovis and has a positive experience, I think there are high fives all over the mountain. This student that I'm giving the award to quickly adjusted, made friends, and turned her passion for history into a club. She took initiative. She adjusted quickly, and in no time it seemed like Sierra had been her home her entire life. I know she's on to great things in high school, and I can't wait for her passion to turn into a great opportunity for other Sierra students. I'm pleased to give this award to Michaela Moore. All right. For my next award, I reflected back to the beginning of the school year when we were on Zoom. And if we had been stuck on Zoom for the rest of the school year or most of the school year, like a lot of other schools, I would have been totally wrong on the student, all due to a bad internet connection, getting a frozen screen and having student kicked off. With that as our starting point, once we came back to live instruction, the student's actual engagement in a live classroom was a really awesome surprise. The student who's getting this award is hardworking, creative, and has some amazing artistic skills. Her effort and her attention to detail on projects had me looking forward to what she turned in every time. She understands the balance between hard work and having fun in class, and is on to great things. I'm excited to give this next award to Abigail Bays. President and Vice President of the History Club. All right, and up next, I'd like to welcome Ariana Rodriguez to present her speech.
Good evening. I'm Ariana Rodriguez, and I'm honored to be speaking here on this special day. When we stepped foot onto Sierra Junior High School campus for the first time, we were handed a timer with 730 days on it. That timer starts counting down from the first day as a 7th grader. 2 years ago, my timer started as I walked down those stairs onto junior high territory. I remember my first day here. I was terrified, yet in awe with everything. Nothing seemed to change for the first few months. The days rolled by, then eventually, it seemed that I couldn't wait for the year to be over, knowing I would be a part of the big dogs on campus in the following year. I wanted to have all the fun the 8th graders seemed to have. Halfway through the year, a day that we will never forget came around. March 13th. We were all told we would be back after spring break. That wasn't the case. Here I am writing this a couple weeks after my 8th grade spring break, with only having had 17 weeks pertaining to 5 days a week of physical school. We've been through a lot, and that's something that makes class of 2025 extraordinary. One pandemic, one devastating forest fire, and 5 months of distant learning. It's been one heck of a year. Despite all that, there isn't a single soul in this uplifting, tight-knit community who has failed to put a smile on my face. I am proud to call this community my home. As much as I look forward to this day, I've always disliked endings. Last day of summer, the end of a great book, the end of a family trip. But endings are inevitable. Today is one of those days for us. Today we say goodbye and begin a new chapter in our book. But just because we're leaving, there are some people who are so much a part of us. They'll be with us no matter what. They are the small voices in our head that will be with us always. That being said, I would like to acknowledge the amazing teachers and group of students with us here today. I am enthusiastic to see our class become proud Sierra chieftains. Thank you, and congratulations to the promoting class of 2021. Next, I would like to present the Science Award. Please welcome Ms. Foley.
So this year started in an interesting way. First, we only knew the students' faces. We didn't know how tall they were, how their bodies looked. Then they came back, and we didn't know their faces. All we knew was their body and their hair. So if they got a haircut, we were like, who is this new student in my classroom? Because their faces have been covered with masks all year. In fact, some of us truly saw students' faces for the first time today. So it's been an interesting year this way. Also, for my class, we didn't have a textbook this year because COVID delayed our adoption. So we were totally paperless. Our book was online, everything we did was online. So it was a learning experience for everybody. In addition to spending most of the year studying intro to chemistry and finishing up the year with intro to physics. So my class was a challenge for some of the kids, but I felt like overall these kids just shined, and what a great group of kids. So I have 2 awards to give. The first award goes to someone who came in partway through first semester with a B. and had an A by the end of first semester. So I looked at her second semester stats. In the second semester, she had no missing assignments, and I assigned 86 assignments this semester. She took every chance for extra credit. So on my Aries, it shows up green if they did extra credit, and she had lots of green. She ended the semester with 99%. And probably one thing I enjoyed most was her competitive streak, which I got to see today when they were competing with a large barge, trying to balance as many pennies on a piece of foil floating in water as I could. This award goes to Brenna Beck. Okay, my next award also goes to somebody who came in partway through first semester. And so, once again, I decided just to use the second semester for the stats. So out of the 86 assignments, there were none missing. She got an A on all but one test, the very first one. And as the year went on, she gained momentum, her grade going up and up, ending in 104%. She was also the only 8th grader to attend the Virtual Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Conference for Girls for Fresno County. She ended up with I think I already said, she ended up with 104%, so she was one of the top scorers in the class. This award goes to Ariana Rodriguez. Up next, Evren Milan will be coming up to give a speech.
Dear students, teachers, friends, and family, I would like to give a special thanks to each and every one of you who ensured that I always held high expectations for myself. Going to school is not something that most people look forward to, but after attending Sierra for the last 8 years, I am proud to express my love for education and the respect I have for all the students which persevered through this challenging year. Learning unlocks so many opportunities, and it helps us discover who we are as people. I've witnessed many of the students at Sierra come close together through this challenging year. Transitioning in and out of distance learning meant that we were never able to develop expectations for what the future would bring. Some students of Sierra remained at home and were still able to obtain an education. I'm especially proud of these students for managing to find their way through the year without their classmates or teachers. Although many of us are still separated by some boundaries, our community has grown so much stronger through 2020. We fought our way through the creek fire and we battled through homeschool. It is amazing to think that we have made it through 14 months of constant change and disarray. Many of us came out of this year stronger than ever before, and many of us are still recovering. But regardless of how challenging these times have been, we have all grown as individuals. The teachers and students at Sierra have stayed strong throughout the year and helped one another, even when they were in need of a helping hand. I'll always remember my junior high experience and all of those who experienced it alongside me. Thank you. Next up, we have Bobby Begay to present the PE Award.
There were many excellent students to choose from this year for the PE Award. Coach Watt and I would like to thank all of our students for making consistent adjustments from meeting outside to not being able to change in the locker rooms to having to quickly switch locations from the field for maybe or out of the gym for a volleyball game or a soccer game or a football match. We were constantly all over campus. So great job to all of you 8th graders for rolling with what was a crazy year. It's not fun to get in there and get really sweaty in your school clothes. Normally they'd be able to dress out, but this year we couldn't do that. So it was a little tough, especially for some of those girls that like to get dressed up. So thank you guys for giving a good effort all year among a lot of challenges. For this year, the boy recipient is Robert Bobby Collins. Bobby was new this year to Sierra and didn't know many other students when we started the year online. Once back on campus, he quickly impressed his fellow classmates with his hustle and competitive spirit on the athletic field. He showed up every day with a great attitude and never complained. Anything the teachers asked, he did. His mile time also improved throughout the year, proving he gave it his best effort each time we ran, which wasn't as much as normal, but they did a really good job when we made them run. We look forward to watching Bobby on the athletic field next year in high school. Great job. And our girl recipient is Brooke Thompson. Brooke has a fiery competitive spirit and hates to lose whenever she is competing. She really does. It didn't matter the game or activity or who she was going against, she always gave it her best. She also excelled on her mile times throughout the year and quickly became the fastest female runner in class for her period. Brooke came ready to work out every day with a great attitude as well. Her smile is contagious to others, especially for Coach Watt and I. She would always make us laugh a little bit with her competitiveness, so it was good to see. We look forward to watching Brooke next year as she moves on to high school, and I know that she'll do great in PE.
Up next, we have Asfari to present her speech.
These past years have been the biggest obstacles for everyone. We all have unexpected waves that just cause us to fall or step back. To all the teachers who have helped us throughout these rough years, I would like to acknowledge them. They have helped us make our celebration possible. They worked hard to reach their goal. They have helped us prepare for the next step, high school. Elementary and junior high were just years of development. Now, we were going to enter reality. Our lives were impacted by COVID and by the Creek fire. People lost their homes because of the fire, or even lost family members due to COVID. Life goes on, and there are many more challenges to overcome. As much as we try, we will still remember these challenging years. Even though it was difficult to overcome these challenges, we kept on going. As Oprah Winfrey said, every stumble is not a fall, and every fall does not mean failure. At some point, everyone misses a step or falls, but that doesn't mean we have failed. Our teachers have helped us become better students, and they have prepared us for reality. We will always acknowledge all these outstanding teachers for helping us in such challenging academic school years. No matter how many waves full of hardships hit us, it will never knock us down completely. As Abraham Lincoln said, I am a slow walker, but I never walk backward. Thank you all for coming and seeing all these wonderful students have their 8th grade celebration. Go class of 2025. To present the reading award, please welcome Ms. Cooper.
Although it's called a reading award, it's my pleasure to award this to a student who's really excelled in all areas this year. As the kids had talked about with our COVID shutdown and our different things, I had a scheduled leave last year that I just kept right on teaching through. And so this is a young man who had almost completely 100% attendance despite me teaching from a trip to New York and back. Was there every day quizzing me on where I was, what states I was in, and now he knows 17 of the states simply by looking at the shapes. And if I happen to be gone for a doctor's appointments, we have to go through them all to make sure I'm not going to them. So he has a remarkable grasp of geography. But it is called the Reading Award because I'm very, very proud of this student who has continued in virtual and in person. He has both worked with junior high and high school classes, and he does 1.5 hours every day of virtual learning with me. And if I take too long to greet him in the morning, he says, ZOOM, Zoom, because that's when we share the curriculum, and that's what he wants to get into. So he not only grew a year in reading, he grew more than 2 years of reading through his very hard work and determination. And I would like to award Wyatt Pickens for reading. So next to present the elective awards, please welcome Ms. Maxwell and Mrs. Collins.
Okay, now, I don't teach these electives. I wish I was as unique as all of these courses could be, or are. So this year, I'm going to give the music award. The music award is a standout student. He has shown steady improvement throughout the year. He is usually the first to raise his hand to answer questions, and he has helped his classmates throughout the year. He challenges himself by asking to play more music and by playing the highest notes in each scale. It is a fortune to have him in the band. The music award goes to Ronan Pike. The next award is the Spanish award. This award goes to a student who has demonstrated her passion for acquiring a new language. She strives to be better every day in class and goes above and beyond to make sure that she is the best student she can be. Without a doubt, Sofia Castellanos will become fluent in Spanish before she knows it. Congratulations, Sofia. The second Spanish award goes to a student who has a strong skill for acquiring the Spanish language as well. She works hard and she is not afraid to get out of her comfort zone. In addition, she helps her classmates when she struggles on a topic or lesson, when they struggle on a topic or lesson. Without a doubt, Jaden Holt is one of the brightest students in my class and will be an excellent Spanish speaker. Next up, we have Ag. This year's top Ag students were difficult to choose from. There are several students that are very talented and excelled in the classroom, the lab, and in leadership. This year's two top students are Abigail Bays and Samantha Palutzian. Abigail was the top Creed speaker, and Samantha was the top student when it came to the farm and labs. Congratulations. The next award is for industrial design. For some time, great design comes if you work hard. This student works hard. She's a lifetime learner. It seems simply a matter of getting to the work. Abigail Bays has such a natural drive to create that she easily can say there's no limits to her abilities. I, her teacher, have remained impressed with her enthusiasm and creativity. The first Industrial Design Award goes to Abigail Bays. The second Industrial Design Award goes to a student of great design and is an infusion of complex ideas assembled in such a way that they can appear to have simple operation. The student is able to assemble those ideas and, more importantly, is able to have fun while doing so. She can both solve complex problems of electronics as well as present new ideas and address other areas of need. Her teacher is very appreciative of her sense of humor and her dedication to task. Zella Ellison. For the last elective, Health and Technology. These individuals have demonstrated a desire to learn about health and its impacts of healthy choices on your life. Each student's equality of work demonstrates their desire to excel, to give 100% at each and every task. I greatly appreciate their willingness to share their knowledge and expertise on the computer with other students. Their attitude, their desire to assist others makes them a standout quality individual. They are appreciated by all at Sierra. This award for Health and Technology goes to Abigail Bays and Dominic Graham. Let's give these students one more round of applause. I'd now like to welcome Mrs. Wheeler.
Good evening, everyone. So this year, as principal of Sierra Unified's newest school, Sierra at Home, I had the great honor of getting to work with a team of educators to put into action a brainchild of Dr. Harris that started prior to the pandemic. The conversations and the planning kind of were going, and then all of a sudden, March 13th of last year came along. And that necessitated, offering something unique for Sierra at Home, which allowed families and students to make the choice of how they wanted to approach education in this uncharted time. So by offering Sierra at Home, we were able to provide a slightly different approach to distance learning. We actually just called it the independent study side. Because we didn't Zoom on the regular basis like the junior high, high school, and Foothill did. But they still worked as hard as the other students, but from home. And for some of them, for some students, that wasn't their ideal choice. And actually several of them are in the audience right now who chose to go back. And we were excited to help guide them back to campus if that's what they wanted. However, we had quite a few families who decided to stay with us through the whole year. And I'd like to recognize some of our exemplary students who did stay with us and earned some awards. So our first award is the Math Award. This year's Sierra at Home Math Award goes to a student who's currently taking Math 1, which is a 9th grade class, as an 8th grade student. And they're ready to go on to Math 2 next year. As if taking accelerated math wasn't impressive enough, the student also managed to get A's in both semesters in Math 1. The student has skillfully mastered the task of learning from home and has showed incredible diligence and self-motivation this school year. Penelope Cedar is our award recipient. Penelope exceeded our expectations when it came to schoolwork and held a high standard for herself all year long, showing excellent in care in all of her classes and projects assigned to her. Congratulations, we're really proud of you. Our next award is the English Language Arts Award, and this award goes to a student who showed diligence and excellence in the area of English this past year with Sierra at Home. This student was proactive in contacting their teacher and logging in every day to complete his schoolwork. Ethan Sention, please come on down. So Ethan showed maturity and responsibility well beyond his years this past school year. He not only excelled in English, but he carried his diligence over into other classes and completed all of the classes assigned to him despite all of the obstacles we've all had. We're very proud of you, Ethan. Thank you. Next, we have our Science Award, and as you can imagine, science online, a little bit difficult. But this student managed to do that and showed true initiative not only in science, but in all her classes, but really excelled in science. Working in this online environment, Scarlett Del Real, she was able to go above and beyond and do her very best. There she is. She utilized all of the resources that Sierra at Home has to offer, including the tutoring sessions and reaching out to teachers for support. Thank you, Scarlett. We're very proud of you. And I have just two more. Our history award this year, it goes to a student who's new to our district. So started with Sierra at Home at the beginning of the school year. And this student's move took him and his family on an epic road trip across the country where they visited historic sites, battlefields, and national parks. And this experience helped the students shape their understanding of U.S. history. So Ian Carlson, please come on down. Ian's love of military history and airplanes served him well as he excelled in his understanding of historic events. Beyond his experience and knowledge of history, Ian was self-motivated and showed great initiative. Thank you so much. We're proud of you, Ian. And the last award I'll present tonight is our Spanish Elective Award. So this year's Spanish Elective Award goes to a student who's been exceptional all year long. And if wanting to complete freshman level Spanish as an 8th grader wasn't impressive enough, she decided to go above and beyond and receive A's in both semesters. So Avery Jones, please come on down. Avery has an exceptional work ethic, and her teachers say she's been a joy to work with this year. Congratulations, we are so proud of you. And I just want to say that I'm going to want to up you, Mrs. Bully. Not only is this the first time that I've seen their faces, but this is the first time I've seen them in person. So this is the favorite part of my job. I really miss seeing them. So that is one side of Sierra at Home that can be difficult, but I just want to say how proud we are for all the work that you did in this challenging time. So one more round of applause, everyone. And next, I'd like to introduce Gina Riley. She is our Native American advocate. Or no, you're the mentor. Sorry. So our Native American mentor, and she will be presenting the Native American Awards. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm honored to present the Native American Program Award to a student that works hard to achieve success in all things. This student gives their very best in class, and I've observed the initiative they take to keep outstanding grades. This student also has a great athletic ability and competes in multiple sports. This student has participated in the Native American Club for 7th and 8th grade and has attended activities this year that we've been able to plan virtually. I look forward to seeing this student excel in high school. Congratulations, Alexis Valle. This year's Sierra at Home Native American Award goes to Aya Contreras. Aya has shown great initiative this year. Learning on your own is never easy, but she showed diligence and excellence in her academic classes. Aya has logged into her classes daily and completed all her work. She utilized the supports put in place by Sierra at Home, attending tutoring sessions and meeting with her teachers regularly. She currently has A's in all her online classes and has shown great skill in advocating for herself. Congratulations, Aya. We are so proud of you. To present the next awards, please welcome Mrs. Maxwell.
I am honored to present our Citizenship Awards. The dictionary definition of citizenship is the quality of being a good citizen, for example, being responsible and helping your community. The recipients of our Citizenship Awards tonight certainly fit this definition. These individuals are responsible, caring, and genuinely concerned not only for their own well-being, but for their fellow classmates and others. They work towards the betterment not only of themselves, but also of their school and their community. I'm honored to present the 2021 Citizenship Awards to these individuals. Kat Brown. Bobby Collins. Emma Fishburne. Gwen Gilbert. Bailey Lavash. Addie Main. McKenna Matthews. Rose Minton. Joshua Ramirez. Jesse Van Eken. Addie Waters. Stephen Wills. Howard Young. Thank you to these amazing students and their warrior families that support good citizenship skills. To present the next awards, please welcome Mr. Sean Osterberg, Principal of Sierra Junior High.
So it's my honor to recognize our valedictorians for the class of 2021. These students have distinguished themselves academically by maintaining a 4-point GPA through, we already know what we've gone through. We've heard it speech after speech. It just says so much about each one of these individuals. So as I call your name, please come up to the stage. Paige Beard. Chase Dirksen. Taryn Asajian. Addison Glass. Micah Goodman. Jaden Holt. Everin Nealon. Lake McCoy. Ronan Pike. Kaylee Rose. finally, Shelby Van Aken. Apologize. I had Rose right there. Give me that. Let's give one of our valedictorians one last round of applause. And since they're up here, we're going to do the next one. The Aubrey Intermountain Rotary would like to recognize our top boy and top girl. Students are selected from academic attendance, citizenship, school, and community leadership. Our top boy has received principal's awards for 7th and 8th grade, advanced math placements, science award in 2020, and a PSAT score of a 1230. Top boy, Chase Dirksen. For our top girl, she's received Principal's Award for 7th and 8th grade, Social Studies Award, Math Award, placed 6th at the State Parliamentary Procedures Contest, and was the girls' basketball MVP. And now she has a Spanish award. That is Jaden Holt. Let's give one last round of applause to our valedictorians. Our next award is a new award, and it is an award that is kind of one of those awards that when you talk about trying to define something or say point out one thing, it's hard to put this into like words, but the person that we're giving this award for is the Warrior Award. These students demonstrate hard work, they're resourceful, and they're resilient. Both these individuals have demonstrated that throughout the year. And these two recipients are Dominic Graham and Rowdy Rodriguez. Let's give them one last round of applause. That would be like a double Warrior Award if he could have carried his plaque back. I was afraid he was going to put it in his mouth, though. So, now to our 8th graders, or I should say the freshmen of Sierra. It is your turn. As you enter high school, envision greatness in yourself and seize every opportunity that you can to achieve it. High school is full of amazing opportunities, but you, the new freshmen of Sierra High School, are responsible for taking those opportunities and transforming them into meaning experiences for yourself. Promise yourself that you're going to have the courage and confidence as you move forward into high school. Congratulations, 8th graders. At this time, it is our extreme pleasure to recognize each of the students in the Sierra Junior Senior High School class. Mr. Jeff Asajian, will you join me up at the podium?
Audric Abosueda. Come on up when you hear your name. Nautica Angus. Davis Arndt. Aliawa Badoni. Ascari Banuelos Torres. Abigail Bays. Paige Beard. Brenna Beck. CJ Bender. Hayden Bill Quare. Tage Brandt. Tracer Brisky. Catriona Brown. Ian Carlson. Sophia Castellanos. Penelope P. Cedar, Robert Collins, Aya Harris, Mikey Cooper, Scarlett Del Real, Chase Dirksen, Tristan Eastham, Tessa Ed, Zella Ellison. Next up, Lillian Ellsworth, Taryn Isajan, Caden Farrell, Emma Fishburne, Zachary Fulton, Wynn Gilbert, Addison Glass, Max Glazebrook, Micah Goodman, Dominic Graham, Cole Hanlon, Casey Hare, Dante Hazelton, Jordan Hicks, Xander Hill, Brianna Hindman, Jaden Holt, Karma Holt, Joshua Johnson, Avery Jones, Ayana Katikbak, Evren Neelan, Bailey Lavash, Nayoka Lewis, Rain Lindgren, Adelie Main, Cynthia Manser, Nisha Marvin, McKenna Matthews, Mac McGrath, Lake McCoy, Phoenix Mendoza, Kaylani Mikesell, Rose Minton, Michaela Moore, Michael Naylor, Tanner Ollis, Samantha Palutzian, Mark Patton, Alejandro Perez, Wyatt Pickens, Ronan Pike, Jake Pond, Joshua Ramirez, Daisy Reyna, Violet Reyna, Renee Riley, David Rivas, Jake Robinson, Ariana Rodriguez, Rowdy Rodriguez, Kylie Rose, Victoria Silva, Nikki Smith, Patrick Soto, Joe Stokes, Caden Tate, Andrew Thomason, Brooke Thompson. Janie Travis. Kennedy Turner. Alexis Valle. Jesse Van Aken. Shelby Van Aken. Kendall Varnon. Addie Waters. Bodie Westland. Aliana White. Emily Williams. Kyla Williams. Stephen Wills. Haley Witt. Logan Workman. And Howard Young. Let's hear it one more time for the Sierra High class of 2025. And to close the night, please welcome Bailey Lavash. Okay, Bailey Lavash.
Even with these horrific events of the past year, we're also here promoting to high school. Remember these three things. Stay close, remember to always have each other's backs, and let's show Sierra with school what greatness looks like. I wish you all the best in our years to come, and I cannot wait to spend high school with you all. Thank you, and have a great night.